Yeah, I'm gonna give you 710 right now.
girl? Your dad? I met you last time. Tom.
We did a road trip there last year down the east coast through the south. Yeah, never do that. So many. I won't mention any car.
Too late.
That's all right. I got it, mate. Yeah, you can grab a side. Might get outside for me. That'd be good.
Okay, goes to the car. 7.
Cheers.
There we go.
Oh, thanks. Sure. Small.
Left behind.
Okay.
Thanks, cars in the room.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks for that.
Okay, I'll go on.
Yeah, I'll